the Pittsburgh Steelers. Did you know we learned from the Footballin' Podcast and the Mark Madden Show on 105.9 The X in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, that the San Francisco 49ers allegedly reached out to Big Ben Roethlisberger and asked him if he was willing to come back and play last year whenever they had a little bit of quarterback question marks. Now, Brock Purdy would go in and do his thing, but Big Ben didn't automatically say no.
He didn't.
Big Ben thought that maybe he would kind of think about it. Jot the idea down, kind of see if he wanted to get back into it. We'll go to you, Tone Diggs, diehard Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and we appreciate Mark Madden for all of his service to the city of Pittsburgh. He has been there a long time doing his thing.
Hell yeah.
And we appreciate Ben Roethlisberger doing everything he did for the city of Pittsburgh. He was there a long time doing his thing.
Love you, Seven.
Footballin' Podcast is awesome. Can't wait to join the show. Have a couple beers in the basement. You guys are awesome and crushing it. Ben, every time you speak, we enjoy hearing it. Him potentially being a Niner, was that something you think was real? Did you ever consider it? And what would that have been like for you? Would that have been a break in half?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Hard down.
In the houses of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Love you, Seven. Yeah, I heard it. He said they had a couple talks. He said didn't really know how serious it was. He talked to his family, though, about it. He talked to his agent about it. He said he prayed on it a lot, which I don't know exactly if that makes it more serious or not. I'm not sure. If he would have went to the Niners.
What's your problem?
What's that about?
No.
What's his deal?
No, actually,
AJ?
What's your deal, Diggs?
He said I prayed on it a lot, so I don't know. Like, do you say, "Hey, should I go to the Niners and get a sign"? I didn't know what that meant.
So now I'm not a super religious person. I will be at some point. I don't think you just die and nothing happens, and I'm very thankful for the people that are very religious. But I think a lot of the people that I follow that are like disciples of whichever.
Sure, believers.
Bible thumpers?
Yes. They say like God tells them to do something, puts it on their heart, and that might be accurate. That might be the way it goes. Other people view it as like the universe is giving me signs and like doing that, like my thoughts. So I think praying on it means like he was meditating, asking the Lord to give him guidance on what he's supposed to do, I think. And I think that is a big deal if you say you pray on it a lot, because that means like probably battling a little bit.
If Seven would have went to the Niners, personally, I would have been happy for him. I would have rooted for him. Like, I mean,
he would have been so good. Get the ball out of his hands so quick on that offense.
Such a different situation.
We got no problem with the Niners over.
He had to take it serious. He had to think about it for a little bit.
If it was an AFC team or something like that, I would have been fucking pissed. But Niners, go ahead, boy.
Has to, especially with what we've heard from Ben, like from this football. I feel like I've learned more about Ben from this Footballin' Podcast than his entire time. It's like Ben seems like a normal human being who's super competitive and still has the ability. If the San Francisco fucking 49ers with that team that they have that late into the season, hey, we just need you to take probably 5-step most, and then your slant or you're out or you're triple reversing, counter traying, like has to think about it. To your point, AJ, has to.
How would you not? A team like that with an unbelievable defense, offensive weapons, Kyle Shanahan calling the plays, like I don't know how serious he got, but I would imagine there was a few moments where he's like, man, I might have to do this.
How'd you view Big Ben Roethlisberger as quarterback when you played against him?
One of the best I ever played against.
Okay, that doesn't get said that much, I don't think, about Ben Roethlisberger.
Well, when we was I played him because I was in the division, but like, Big Ben was very smart. You couldn't get him down with one person. He gave us hell. You know, I have nothing but the utmost respect for Ben. I hate playing against him, but, you know, he got the best of us, I think, if we add up the numbers.
Dude, he put up 500 against us. 500 yards against us. Martavis Bryant, Antonio Brown, and everybody.
Dogs.
And going into the game, like, nobody was talking about Ben Roethlisberger. They were talking about, like, Le'Veon Bell. They're like, will Le'Veon Bell be able to get loose in this game or whatever? And then we watch the game unfold. It's like the guy playing quarterback is bigger, stronger, more resilient, and can throw the ball into a bucket like 60 yards away. His talent, I assume in his head, is a perfect one for that Niners offense. I wonder how many times he prayed about. Like, I wonder how conflicted he actually was.
The defense was so incredible his first 7-ish years in the league that I think that kind of took over everyone's first impression of it. But then when he was playing your Bengals teams and it was him and the Killer Bees or whatever, they had a top 5 offense, not a top 5 defense. Like, that was the offense that carried them for all those years.